Here it is, part 3. And so here we are in the Baltic countries, which up to 3 decades ago consisted of what was known as Yugoslavia. Hey, if you want to go check out my video list on this channel, I highly recommend that you check my video about Albania, because it is a Baltic country, and the flag of what used to be Yugoslavia. And, at that point in time, they were like Soviet Union light. The term balkanization, you have all these different ethnic groups and they speaking languages. They're not very cohesive because of these sharp linguistic and cultural divisions. Like if you go to New York, you have all kinds of ethnic groups, and they hardly have much to do with each other, but they're all officially U.S. citizens or U.S. residents. So that's what the term balkanization. And the Balkans, which would be southeastern Europe, and also it used to consist of the Iron Curtain. So let me get to the main point at hand. So this is the rest of what I got from the Balkan nations. This is Bosnia-Herzogovina, and I knew a cute girl from Newport News, Virginia. She was Bosnian. Her family fled to Germany, and I met her in one of my college classes, but she didn't like me like that, unfortunately. And now let me get my European romance fantasies out of here and get back to the topic at hand. Well, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Slavic people, and Bosnians, they're pretty much the same genetic and ethnic makeup as the Serbs. It's just they're like Serbian people that way back when converted to Islam, and that's where the big schism between the two peoples. And I still got a lot to learn about the Balkan countries. I'm not a know-it-all, but as I said previously, I'm a huge fan of history and geography, world history, U.S. history, and just if you can keep following me. And basically, I'm building this channel back from the ground up because I kind of had a little freak out, a renewal of faith, and so I just started fresh, and this is a relatively new channel, not just a month old now. So here is a couple, over a month old. So that's Bosnia. Like I said, if I was Batman level rich, I would go all over Eastern Europe, the Balkans, Hungary, what used to be Czechoslovakia, now 2 countries, Bulgaria, Poland, once, and I grew up mainly with a familiarity of Germanic Europe, because, again, from my dearly departed dad's side of the family, was, Scandinavian. Usually I just said Scandinavian because I don't like saying this, that, and the other, so I got, Northern European roots overall, and then I learned about the Slavic cultures of Europe, and then just fell in love and the languages, and when I started learning Russian, I started learning more about the other Eastern European countries that when I was a kid that was the scary commie area. Oh, this is Slovenia. From what I gathered, they're very relatively well off compared to the other Slavic countries, but don't take my word for gospel. If anybody of that heritage, or maybe your parents are from that Balkan / Yugoslavian heritage, please correct anything I say. If you want to add anything, again, it's welcome. Corrections are welcome. I just don't tolerate bullying, and other than that, you're gone. So Slovenia kind of looks like a upside down Russian flag. Maybe it does look like the Russian flag, but There's the crest. I guess that represents the mountains and the entities. So if you can explain that, go ahead. It's welcome. This, I saved the best for last, at least my opinion, because, I am biased. And this is Serbia. And Serbians are culturally and ethnically very close to Russians. And the Serbian language is very close to Russian, but I still have my hands full with just regular Ruski. So, I'm not going to lie and act like I'm aspiring to fluency in the Serbian language, but I'd like to get some a phrase book, and just compare. And this is typical in Slavic imagery, especially, when it comes to official government matters or to assert the power of the state. And that's also similar to what's on the Russian Duma flag or the Russian government flag, when they have, otherwise it would just be the plain field. And so here it is. Nice eagle crest and crown. And historically, they've been the outpost protecting the rest of Christian Europe. They were right there on the front, beating back the Muslims, like the Turks and such. The Ottoman Empire. Bulgaria was part of the Ottoman Empire before they broke away. So there's a lot of history, of Christian Europe versus, the incoming Islamic spread, from going way back when, centuries, to the Middle Ages. And again, I admit I still got a lot to learn about Serbia, but if I could only pick one of the former Yugoslavian nations to visit, I would pick Serbia. Just for that cultural aspect, because I am biased somewhat in favor of Russia, and that's that. Okay, so that's the last one, Serbia, and I'm going to show you some more cool stuff later. And if you haven't, and if you happen to come across this, check out my other videos if you're a fan of geography, and see what other flags I got in history. And definitely check out the one with Albania and Serbia. Well, yeah, Albania and the flag of the no longer existent Yugoslavia. Okay, over and out.